Man, Spider-Man 2 is so much fun to play. I've been playing it so much since its release. It's insane. I'm almost at the platinum for this game. But why do I get the feeling there's another game I should have a review on? Oh shit! Sonic Superstars is out! Oh yeah, I forgot this game was a thing. Back when it was announced, I was hyped for it, but I kinda just forgot about it. But before we go on, I just want to make this clear. I'm a huge Sonic fan. Sonic 3 was the first game I've ever played, and as a kid, I was always the biggest Sonic fan. In my family, I was the Sonic guy, and my little brother was the Mario guy. Now, nothing against Mario, but I've always been a bigger fan of Sonic, because he's just better. Even to this day, I remain a fan of his games, and I am hyped for whenever he drops new games. Even though a lot of his games are pretty ass. Sonic Superstars is another classic Sonic game in which I was surprised they were making another classic style game again. I thought Sega was just gonna continue making like modern style games, but I am happy they are making a classic style game. I was interested in it and how it looked, but I forgot about it, especially with Spider-Man 2 coming out around the same time. I put basically almost all my time into that, but I finally played it and beat it. But is it good? Well, let's get into it, boys! Let's get on with the positives. The game controls exactly how classic Sonic should. They all feel like how they would in the original games. They feel great to control. There are 5 playable characters in this game. Obviously, there's Sonic, then there's Tails, Amy, and Knuckles. There's a new character here named Trip, which I'll get into. They can all do the basic shit like spin dash and jump, yada yada yada, but each character has something cool about them that makes them stand out from the rest. Sonic is the only one that can do the drop dash, which is fucking awesome, and Sonic is like the fastest character in this game, which should not be a surprise. Tails can fly for a set period of time before he gets tired. It was cool to control, but he was the one I ended up using the least. He's not bad like at all, he's fun, but I don't know, he was just the one I used the least. Knuckles controls just like how he did in Sonic and Knuckles. He can glide and climb walls like he used to. He feels good to control. He does feel a little bit off compared to Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic Mania, but like it's still like really good, but it did kind of feel a little bit off. Amy is here, finally in classic format. Amy can do a double jump and use her hammer. She was awesome to control, and like basically the boss killer of this game, because you can pretty much use any character at any time throughout the game. The new character Trip was awesome to control. She's like a combination of Knuckles and Amy. She can do like a double jump and climb walls. I really liked her character. I liked her design, and I would really like for her to come back in another game. If it's a classic style game or like a modern style game, it doesn't matter. I would like her to be in another game because she's actually like really cool. The stages are good and fun to play. There are some acts that are kind of lame, but none of them are complete trash, like Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2. The stages felt like they were designed with each character in mind. Like, you're not gonna play a stage and be like, damn, Sonic just is not built for this stage, or like with any other character. Like, each stage is like balanced for each character, and I like that. I like the special stages in this game. Sonic and the game was like, I want to web sling like fucking Spider-Man in this game, and they're cool. I think they're unique for Sonic, and they were fun to play. They are the way to get the Chaos Emeralds in the game, and I like them. They do progressively get harder, but you know, they're awesome. I think they were cool. They do bring back the OG special stages. They weren't bad, but I didn't end up avoiding them near my end of the playtime because you only get medals, and medals in this game, like you use them in the shop, and personally the shop, I never used it because I thought it was kind of lame. So I never really had an incentive to do those special stages, but you know, they're cool for what they are. After a while, I just stopped doing them. I will say the graphics and the overall look and style of the game is awesome. I know there were some people who didn't like the way it ended up looking in the game when it was revealed, but I thought it looked amazing. I mean, I still think Sonic Mania is the best looking classic Sonic game out there, just I just love like the pixelated look, and it just looks so good. But I do like the 3D look of this game. It looks pretty cool. The animated cutscenes they had in here were just fantastic. They were beautiful to look at. The animation and the style, God, it was so good. I wish there was more of them. God, I love them. This game has multiplayer in it. Like, this game was made with multiplayer in mind. You can play pretty much every stage with your friends. That's actually fucking playable, unlike Sonic 2 and 3, where you literally plug in the controller into like Sonic 2 and like you just zoom off. Like, no, you can actually play multiplayer and like actually be playable. I heard good things from multiplayer. I haven't tried it out myself because I have no friends. Now onto the mixed elements of the game. The new addition of superpowers in this game. Now the idea of getting a Chaos Emerald and getting the power is really cool. Characters have 7 powers. They get the Shadow Clone Jutsu, a bullet which lets you pretty much dash through like the air and just dash fast throughout the game. A vine which lets you grow a vine and climb it. Slow, which lets you slow down time. Water, which basically lets you actually fucking control good in water. Vision, which allows you to see hidden things throughout the stage. And Extra, which, depending on the character you are, you get a unique power. When you have all 7 of them, you can turn Supersonic, which is badass as usual. Like, super god tier. It always has been god tier. The powers are cool, but I wish they kind of did more with them. And some of the powers, they feel very situational. Like water, there's only one like world or like area or whatever that it feels prevalent and like you really need to use it. But like throughout the game, like water is pretty much useless. Also like with vision, like I barely ended up using it. And like whenever I did, it only like gave you like more rings and stuff. The bosses here are not the greatest, I'm not gonna lie. Now the classic games never really had any standout bosses. Like, some of them were kind of just, you know, ass. But the bosses here were kind of just mid. There were some really cool ones. But there were a decent amount of them I just flat out didn't like. And there was, like, 2 or 3 of them which I actually fucking hate. And they are a bitch to fight, and I hate fighting them. Some of them just kind of took too long. A lot of the bosses in this game, they have, like, patterns and, like, they take way longer than any boss in a classic style game should take, and it kind of ruins the pace of the game. I will also say the soundtrack is here. Now, the soundtrack is not bad at all. There are a couple of really good ones, but compared to what Sonic soundtracks can be and what have been, it is a little weak by comparison. Now, onto the negatives. The negatives I have with this game are kind of just nitpicks. But I will say, like, the stage and world structures are weird as hell. Some worlds have 3 acts, some only have 1, some have 2, which is like weird as shit. Some acts go by way too fast. Like one world has only 1 act, and it goes by like that 1 act, and like it's done. And it's just like, well, it's visually cool, but like I wish I got more of that. You know, it kind of feels lacking. It feels like some worlds or stages or whatever just don't like stand out as much, as they just go by too fast. Each stage or like world or whatever have a gimmick that makes them stand out from each one. Most of them are cool, but there are a couple of them that really pissed me the fuck off. I was like near the end of the game and like in the middle, but most of the stage gimmicks are not bad. Overall, I found myself really enjoying this game. It is awesome that we get another classic style Sonic game, because I honestly thought we wouldn't get another one in a while. And I honestly don't know when we're getting Sonic Mania 2, if that ever is a thing. Out of the classic style games, I would probably place this in the middle. Definitely better than Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2. Those games are pure trash, and it's more fun than Sonic 1. And I would say it's about equal to Sonic CD. But it's nowhere near the quality of Sonic 2, 3 and Knuckles, and Mania. It's a fun game to play, but like there's like no like stand out like piece of this game that compares to like most of the other games. Like, it's an average Sonic game. I had fun with it, but if you're not a Sonic fan, then I really don't see you playing this. But if you are a Sonic fan, I think you're gonna like it. Kind of unfair to compare it to like Sonic 2 and 3 and Mania, because those games are just like 10 out of 10 games. But it's just there's like not really much in this game that like stands out and makes it better than like the other classic games. Yes, I do like the powers in this game. I do like the fact that there's multiplayer that's actually like, you know, like fair and playable, even though I haven't played it. Who knows, maybe it's good. I've heard good things about it, but since I have no friends, I don't play it. It might just be a better game with friends, because that's what the game was like marketed as and designed for, is with friends. Maybe that's just the better experience. Maybe if I had like more friends to play it with, I would be seeing this game in a different view. But as of right now, it's a fun game to play, but it's not like complete groundbreaking. It's average. So I'm gonna give Sonic Superstars a 7.5 out of 10. That's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Comment down what you thought about Sonic Superstars. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.